Hey viewers, Corey here. We're going to be doing a video today over power outages and how to prepare for them. Some things recently happened here where I live in Indiana. We had some pretty bad storms. Obviously storms knocked down trees, so some people are without power. It's that iffy time of the year, second week of March. It can be warm during the day, but it still gets pretty chilly at night. So some things you need to think about is what all, when the lights go out, do you not have? Do you have an electric stove? That means you can't cook. Heat. Is your furnace, is it an electric furnace? Alright, even a gas furnace still needs a blower motor, which requires electricity. Alright, a lot of people are converting to wood burners, but they're outside. Again, need electricity to run the pump. Alright, this is all things you need to think about. But some of your basics, when a light goes out, you need a light. So there's a few different things. You got lanterns, you got just your standard flashlights, and you got headlamps. Alright, I'm a huge fan of headlamps. Alright, these things, hands-free, you can do whatever you need to do. You can cook, pick things up, whatever. Hands-free, put it on your head, you got plenty of light. And the batteries in these will last for quite some time as long as you're not running it full blast. Like this has different settings. I got a spot and a flood beam on this one. This one has the external battery pack on the back. Some have just one battery, but the battery life on these are pretty good. Alright, just your standard flashlight. This one's LED, so the batteries will last quite a bit longer. LED technology's come a long way. And or flashlight technology's come a long way. And double A's, alright, this is another thing. Check your flashlights every now and again. Make sure they work. Maybe put back some spare batteries. But when you're using this, it has to be in your hand, alright? And it's more wherever you're pointing it, that's about the only thing that's going to light up. Alright, this is a lantern from Streamlight. Pretty impressed with this little lantern. I actually have two. I have the bigger version as well. These are waterproof and they float. So, taking them down by the river or whatever, I like it. So, good thing about a lantern, it lights up the whole room, an area. Alright, so this has a diffuser here where I can twist it and just have the light. Alright. Again, these are great. They actually light up a whole area. They got different settings where you can dim them or make them more bright or even use red. I'm a huge fan of lanterns, especially if the power's out. You need to have one in a bathroom or something. You need to leave. You can just leave it in there. These packs of work lights, you can get them from places like Harbor Freight, pretty cheap, and they're great. And they got a little magnet on them. Some have hooks as well. These has a magnetic base and a hook. You can put it wherever you want. Turn it on. LEDs, battery lasts for a long time. These are also good. Everyone has one of these. Or pretty much everyone on the planet has one of these. Alright, this will only stay charged for so long. So, if you know a storm's coming, it's best to charge everything you have. Your laptops, your iPads, Kindles, phones, whatever it may be. Have everything fully charged, and if the power does go off, and it's not going to be off that long, you can still watch a movie, you can get on your phone, get on the internet, make phone calls. Not many people have landlines anymore in their house, so it's always good to have this charged. And also have a vehicle charger, because you can take it out your vehicle, turn it on accessory, charge it up, bring it back in. Or you can use these portable chargers. This one's from Gold Zero. This one was a giveaway from Purdue, Vincennes Polytechnic. So a college gave these away as a promotion. Alright, these are really good. They will charge. This one is the Gold Zero Venture 30. They make a 70. This 30 will charge my phone twice from completely dead. That's pretty good. Alright, something else. Have something to do when the power goes out. Grab a book, a magazine. If you have kids attention span is like this long, a book's probably not going to cut it. Have some games, some coloring books. stuff like that. Here where I live, it's rural communities. Some people have wells. All right, wells again need electricity to pump the water. So when the electricity goes out, they don't have any water except for what's in the lines and our hot water heater. So think with some water storage. It can be milk jugs. It can be, these plastic water storage containers, 5-gallon jugs, whatever it may be. Think ahead. If you know storm's coming, maybe go to town, grab a case of water. But if you don't have any water, remember things like your toilet. You're going to need water to fill back up the back of the toilet so you can flush it again. You won't be able to shower. Alright? So I have a plan that if the power's out for an extended period of time, you got somewhere you could go to take a shower and refill your water. Alright, in the winter, obviously a lot of people use electric heat or gas, but it still requires a blower motor, which takes electricity. So have an extra blanket or two laying around. Alright, these take up very little room. This is a poncho liner. It is, in case it dips a little bit in your house, it starts getting chilly, especially if you got kids. Alright, have a few extra blankets. Over here I got some camp stoves. Alright, if you have an electric stove, electric oven, you won't be able to cook. Alright, this is a fairly inexpensive way. I think the stove here, which is just the stove and this base, I think it's like 20 bucks at Walmart. Then takes these green 1-pound fuel cylinders that are propane. I think 2 packs like $6 or $7. And you can cook quite a few meals on just this one cylinder. Especially if you're just doing simple meals, warming up ravioli or SpaghettiOs or whatever it may be. Some ramen noodles. Excuse me. If you have a bigger family, you're going to need a bigger stove. You can even get a 2-burner model like this. And again, it's simple. It uses the same propane cylinder. Hook it up. Then now you got 2 burners. You can cook a bigger meal if needed. And this is all stuff that you should check on every now and again just to make sure everything's good to go. Flashlights, you want them easily accessible and you want to know where they're at. So if you're in bed, you want to have it close to your bed. Alright? Make sure if you have kids, they know where the flashlight's at. Because that's one of the creature comforts is light. And that's one of the things that will fend off fear more than anything. Is having a light. You can see, especially this younger kids, even some adults, the dark scares them. Alright? Flashlight. Have it close, have it handy. Make sure it's good to go. Some other things to think about is a refrigerator and freezer. Alright, when the power goes out, the more full your fridge or freezer is, the longer you can go without electricity before stuff starts going bad. So if you have a freezer, you don't have a lot of stuff in it, just take a milk jug, fill it up about 3/4 weight with water, throw it in your freezer. Alright, that's going to help hold a lot more cool temperatures inside your freezer. In my freezer, I have one whole shelf and nothing but milk jugs just froze. And that also gives you more water should the power be out for an extended period of time. Your fridge and freezer, it's nice to know how long you can go. Personally, I have an outside freezer, or a stand-up freezer, and then the power went out just to that outlet. I was having an issue with that outlet. And the freezer went about 6 days before I noticed it. Everything was still froze. The stuff in the door had started to just begin to unthaw, but was still frozen in the middle and still plenty cold. So a week I could go probably with my freezer and I wouldn't really be worried about it. A lot of people want to throw out, well, just buy a generator. That's all fine and dandy, but generators, they're 1, expensive, and 2, they take gasoline, and that consume quite a bit of gasoline. Now you can buy some that are standalone units. They hook up to like a big 500-pound propane tank. Them are great. If you got the money, that's awesome. Most people don't have that money. Alright, so, or extra money, I guess I should say. So if you have a generator, that's fine, but you want to plan to use it sparingly. So you just want to run it a few hours a day to charge everything back up, maybe keep the fridge and your freezer cool, and then you shut it back off. Gas, you can have gas put back, but still most generators, even on a full tank, you're not going to get more 8, 9, maybe 10 hours. You're not going to run it for days on end. That's at a full load. Now, if you just got it running and you're not drawing much, you could probably stretch it out for a day. But I really don't see them lasting, 2 days, 3 days. Definitely not 3 days. That's just unheard of. If it's in the summertime, heat, you got to plan for that. Think about any kind of medical conditions that you may have. All right, all this stuff, just make a little note. It's just, this is all easy fixes here. Heat, most people can deal with the heat. It's the cold that kind of gets people the most. Lost my train of thought. So a lot of this stuff you can just keep in a tote, put it back, put it out in the garage, wherever. These water containers, collapsible water containers, just throw them in a tote. Have some stuff kicked back for the kids, coloring books, magazines, old magazines that people throw them away every day. Grab a few, throw them in a tote. Books, spare lights, but make sure you have some lights close to you. Something I don't have setting out that a lot of people mention is the carry. So a lot of this stuff you can just keep in a tote, put it back, put it out in the garage, wherever. These water containers, collapsible water containers, just throw them in a tote. Have some stuff kicked back for the kids, coloring books, magazines, old magazines that people throw them away every day. Grab a few, throw them in a tote. Books, spare lights, but make sure you have some lights close to you. Something I don't have setting out that a lot of people mention is the kerosene lanterns. Everyone kind of loves the old school lantern feel and look. They're good. They put out light, but it's also a hazard. You have an open flame. If you have kids or pets, it could get knocked over. So I don't recommend using a lantern unless you know it's on a solid surface and nothing's going to get to it. And again, it's also fuel. Alright, once you run out of fuel, you're going to have to refill it. That can be a messy job. Can you do it? Do you have a funnel? Do you have something to store the fuel in? Excuse me, these are all things to think about. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I kind of went off on a few rants there a little bit, but I hope you guys bared with me. And hope you guys, the stuff I talked about, made you kind of think. And you'll be putting some stuff back and getting some stuff ready. So if the power goes out, you'll be ready. Hope you guys have a good day. See you next time.